Welcome to Alternate History Gaming. We're diving into U-137 once again here in U-Boat. Barely 1 month into our tour as captain of a Type 2 German boat, we've managed several close escapes, and this latest one was a doozy. After making an unsuccessful attack run against that enemy convoy you see, we're now steaming west toward our new patrol sector in the North Atlantic. BDU is assigned for us to sink up to 4,000 gross rate tons of enemy merchant shipping. Short of that, we must travel 1,500 kilometers inside the patrol grid and report all significant sightings and encounters. Of course, we will stop and inspect any neutral craft we come across as well. And that is a welcome on in to all you new recruits, veterans, fans of the channel, and friends, of course, too. Welcome to Alternate History Gaming. I'm Bank 60s, your humble and gracious player captain in tonight's U-Boat playthrough. This is gameplay live. Let's get lively in the chat. We're going to have a little bit of fun with it tonight. Let's get some B-roll. I love the look of that Type 2, man. We've managed to make that our own a little bit. Welcome on in, guys. Thank you once again for being in for tonight's stream. I've stuck with the schedule all week, and U-Boat it is here on a Sunday night. I hope we could just sit down, chill with a little bit of U-Boat playthrough and have some fun before everybody's got to get back into their week routine, right? Here we go, gentlemen. Yeah, just got away from this convoy, and we're headed straight back into the North Atlantic. We need to get there, and we need to get there in a hurry, I'd say. Let's go ahead and leave him, and let's bring up the speed, and we'll get the heck out of here. Don't forget, of course, all of you who are already fans of the channel, you can do me the favor. Click that thumbs up button for me. If you are new, you like what you see tonight, click that subscription button. Then you could hit the notification bell, find out the next time I drop a stream VOD video. Let's all get in the chat tonight. We have fun with that. We take super chat donations as well. We appreciate that every time. And we even get some new members from time to time on the channel. I would beseech you, of course, if you wouldn't mind taking a second to read the description below. I do manage to take a little time to put together a little lore around our streams and this playthrough of World War II in a German U-boat. And I would appreciate it if you check that out. That's got a member link as well as a subscription link in the description. Thanks, guys. Let's get into it for realsies. This is one thing I'm seeing right here. I don't love this. This one's 65. Really? Something we can do about that? Yeah, we've already got varied food. We may have to set our first officer to playing some cards. Our radio man. We don't have two places to play cards, I don't think. And I never knew where you can play cards in a Type 2. Well, this is cool. Let's do a little B-roll of this real quick. That morale situation as the Type 2 crew stresses a bit as well. Right here you can see strain and stress, right? I think we're gonna be fine. All right, here we go. Well, here we go, folks. Would you look at that once again? Once again, we come across an allied, what looks like an allied convoy. In the middle of the day. Rinse and repeat, you might say. My goodness. We're like already in it. Again, this is crazy. I haven't even gotten to my patrol sector yet. I would say I might rather just go ahead and take the boat under and just make our way past this thing, let it go over top, get into our patrol grid. We don't want to risk this. Just, I mean, you know, I would have, you know, if I would, again, that time compression gets me in a little bit of trouble. So let's go ahead, take it to periscope depth for now. Let's bring our speed down. Electric, please. Let's go blue, silent running. Get ready to go. Let's bring it to 50 meters. Right there. Get everybody ready for a little silent running here. I think, yeah, I just want to let this thing go. This is exactly what happened at the tail end of the last stream, and we basically stumble upon a convoy, try for a little attack run, fail, and spend the rest of the time running away. So this time I would really rather just let them go if I can. And we'll go way slow. Creep on by. It's almost nighttime anyway. Look at all this budget we've got. We're gonna have to figure out how to spend that. I want upgrades. We got upgrades coming. One of the convoys, I think, was headed... both of them headed east. Fairly well escorted convoys. That's a little bit odd, really, for this time of the war. I think I asked the authority on that subject, at least in my life, and he says that large, well-escorted convoys were a fairly rare thing at this point in the war.
50 Meter.
Not worth waking up a hornet's nest.
55 Meter.
Let's bring it to 20 meters.
20 Meter. 35 Meter.
Works well for me. And then, excuse. That guy's resting, that's good. That's another thing. Best for us not to get engaged while we're trying to get guys rested up. Let's get into nighttime and let's just go, go, go. All right, periscope depth.
25 Meter.
Have him improve depth. Let's have him jump on the helmsman station, and the captain can stay in his bunk. First officer will have the con.
Herr Kaloi, wir sind Seerohrtiefe und für Rundblick
Alright.
eingesteuert.
First officer Fisher up to the attack scope. They would be off to our starboard, right? Yeah, okay. There they are. Sweet. Just hit the brakes and let them fly right by, as Maverick would say. Okay. We're going to surface the boat. We're going to bring the speed up. Red lights on, silent running back off, dive planes manual, let's roll.
Herr Kaloi, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Melden Sie sich zur Wache.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Oh, I tell you what, he needs to be on the navs, the navigationals. Our other engineer, have him play cards, right? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. We'll slow the heck down right here. Captain having napped for a bit. Run out to the conning tower and see what he can see. Another convoy on the horizon, maybe. Okay, doesn't look like it. Good. Give the men a little pep talk. Down we go. Let's get going.
Herr Kaloi? Herr Kaloi?
Let's roll.
Eines unserer U-Boote hat soeben ein mögliches Ziel in der
Possible target.
gemeldet.
BF147, but I think it was off to the northeast. Yeah, nope. Oh, that reminds me. I need to get this right. Yeah, I bet it's about there, and I bet this is about, yeah, about there. So we're out past their aircraft range now. That was going to be a danger after that last convoy escape. No longer, though. We've done a good job saving our fuel.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen. Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum. Wir haben ein Funktelegramm vom BDU erhalten.
Important message. Captain, we've decided to implement a change in the assigned squares for your U-boat. Please head to square BE5 to BE8 and perform the patrol inside them from now on. All right. Okay, so just a little further south. Fine. Let's run in there. Let's set up our grid. I'd say we'd probably just cover this part right through here. And just get this taken care of before we reach the area. Like so. And we'll probably extend all the way across the grid here. And these are just a guide. I like to have this for some, I mean, I think at this point it's really just like an OCD quirk for me to just have these like this. And they just kind of help me guide myself along point-to-point areas. I could probably just do it without, but for some reason it feels more authentic to keep it. All right, we're going to go back to normal. Fantastic. Done already. Automatically. Let's keep that gyro compass working. And let's go. This is another solution to the time compression issue, is to just go 140 and be looking. This is one of my favorites because it looks a little silly. Joining me here on a Type 2 boat, U-137, as we work our way through World War II. It's been fun because I've never played a Type 2 before. I wanted to play in a Type 7 again, I'll admit it. Type 2 seemed like it would be a little bit too much of a challenge, but especially in the Atlantic, which is, I think, very rare for a Type 2 boat to end up in the Atlantic Ocean. So, you know, it's been an interesting and different kind of a run, no doubt about it, but it's really kind of growing on me. I think I'm figuring it out, at least against the single transports. I've taken out one merchant inside of a convoy, but what I'm looking forward to the most is when I can upgrade to either a Type 7 or a Type 9. This Type 2 isn't going to do us well for long. I picked this campaign because I had done basically the beginning of the war up through, so September 1939 up through April 1940, playing as U-47, the famed boat that went and sunk the Royal Oak, which I did also do as U-47, and was when I was helping in Norway, the Operation Viserubung in Norway in April 1940, in the midst of an attack where I was sinking, I think, 4 or 5 transports in a convoy that was headed to Norway. I got sunk in the retaliatory depth charging attack, and also if I remember right, it had something to do with me time compressing myself into a corner that I could not get out of. I think I remember that right. Alright, let's speed it up through here. Time compression. Always a little worried. Alright, approaching our patrol sector. Let's keep rolling. Okay, they keep sending us backwards. We don't want to go that way. Let's get a rest for our hydrophone operator. He doesn't need any help with that. That's kind of off schedule. Let's give him some help. All right, here we go. So we'll go like this. For starters, I'd say we go kind of like this. And just bring the boat into places where the nose is kind of sticking east or west, basically. And in the deep Atlantic, yeah, this is not exactly where a Type 2 belongs. Suffice it to say. Okay, into our patrol grid we go. At night, I like that. Here we go, 1,500 kilometers must be traveled. And then, of course, we also need to sink 4,000 tons of merchant shipping. I like that. Fine. Let's go ahead and let's go down and do our first hydrophone check. Our man is feeling good. So let's take it to 40 meters. We're going to do a thing for effect. Rolling with a little B-roll right here.
Äußerste Kraft voraus. Aktuelle Tiefe 25 Meter. Funkraum besetzen. Ortsraum besetzen.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Blaulicht schalten.
All right, got everything set there. Little extra B-roll footage. Should have sent that, but it's fine. Let's go slow. What do we got, boys? Oh, wow. We got one close by. 250. There he is. Oh my goodness. Okay, up to periscope depth. Captain, get on it. First officer, get on the observation scope, please. And let's get you helping us with our depth. We got the reds on. Let's go back to reds. Let's keep it silent running. And we're moving up. Might have ourselves a nice little nighttime attack here, boys.
20 Meter.
Ackerlein, die sind auf Seerohrtiefe. Boot für Rundblick eingesteuert.
All right, here we go. Haha, there she is. I think, she's got Spanish flags, it looks like. Okay. Let's confirm. But let's come to port. Let's bring the speed up. Boy, yeah, those sure look yellow as heck over there, don't they? Looks to me like yep, there we have it. I didn't see that just yet, but we'll be catching up and boarding her for sure. Don't think we have any Spanish speakers on board. Let's take her up.
Aktuelle Tiefe 5 Meter.
Bring the speed up.
Dieselmotoren wechseln.
Ackerleu, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Back to starboard a bit.
20 Grad. Steuerbord.
Alright, straighten her out. Let's bring it to flank speed. Like so. Time for a little more B-roll, I'd say, too. Took myself off the camera there. It's quite alright. All right. Keep everybody company here. All right, so we'll go on in. We'll do a little inspecciones. She's moving pretty quick, I guess. Let's go ahead and get this course set right. Helicat, welcome on in. Hey, nice job. Good successful mission there. Way to go. Esteemed member, Helicat in, a man who earns and pays with pleasure. Thank you for being here, my friend. I don't think these guys can even see us right now. All right, let's get the radio man active and send messages back to base. For some budget, thank you. I was pretty pumped for tonight's U-boat playthrough. I gotta be honest. We don't get as many viewers on these. There's a thing coming together with this Grand Tactician CSA campaign. I don't even notice that, but really looking forward to those because I have a lot of fun playing them, and it seems like a lot of folks are jumping in on the action right now. So I'm eager to get back at it. But U-boat, I got more hours on this game than I do any of the other ones in my Steam library, believe it or not. And YouTube tells me when I like go back and I have the YouTube do like an automatic analysis of the channel or whatever, asking it to tell me what's working and what's not, because it'll tell you that kind of stuff. It says that U-boat still works, so Captain had to run back to his bunk to grab a little something souvenir, a little good luck charm. We need to probably get him into a helmet. We will put the flag back out. That way these guys know what's up. Let's jump on the UZO for now. Let's grab the first officer. Let's get him a helmet. Head on up and await the boarding. Should commence here pretty quick. In we go. All right, searchlight goes on. Bingo, here we are, folks. Come to port. We'll catch up to her right here. We'll make a boarding party. She's headed southeast. Or no. She bears to the east, generally east-northeast. So she definitely looks like she's headed to Britain. First officer will step down. Captain. Prepare to give the order here. The Monte Castello 4,400 gross rate tons. It's an Empire Bell, looks like. We got an 88% solution on it if we wanted to take a shot. Ah, gross register tonnage. I keep saying that wrong. Dadgummit. Okay, we'll turn toward and slow down a little bit. And we'll slow it down. Looks like he slowed down.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Gut, gut. Okay, and we may have a peaceful boarding. Who knows? Could be a trap. This freighter is unarmed, seems not to be escorted, and flies a neutral flag. The prize rules allow us to sink such ships only if we're certain they're headed towards an enemy port. If we lack such certainty, da-da-da-da-da. If we would, however, have reason to feel certain that the ship is headed to an enemy port, we may communicate right away we intend to sink it and proceed with the attack. Let's send a delegation. Let's go with the captain, the first officer. We will go 4 men with them, overwhelm this ship crew with German authority. And off we go.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Show their little dinghy. You are welcomed by the captain of the ship. He briefly tried to speak with you in Spanish, but nobody in your group could understand what he meant. Okay. We want to see the shipping documents. I would say that's always a first. You ask the captain for documents that state what cargo is loaded on his ship and where they are heading. He was ready for that since he has these documents already prepared. Hands them right to you. He is looking a bit nervous, as usual. You can't decipher much from these documents, though, since they are written in Spanish. You only managed to spot some references about Port of Vigo, so it's probably where they are being headed at. If your interpretation is correct, this ship is not involved in a war effort, and sinking it could lead to a diplomatic incident of some degree. Okay, accept that. Let's search the cargo. Good, good. They'll be going fast. Fantastic. All stop. All right, let's go ahead and speed through that.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Woohoo.
Alle Maschinen, stopp!
This will take a minute, huh? Okay. Okay. Ooh, that's right. We need to go. I think I picked the wrong thumbnail for this stream. I need to go back and take another look at that. Here we go. Let's do that. Let's go. Boom. You. And let's do this. Right here. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Here. Boom. Yeah, let's save that. Ha! Not a ton of progress. Gonna take time here. Keep an eye on the horizon. Don't see anything out there. Not just yet. Okay, your boarding party carefully examined the ship's holds. As declared, the vessel is transporting raw resources and nothing beyond that was uncovered. There were no signs of undeclared goods. Okay. Let's view them. Okay. Return to our ship, and that will be that. Inspected. Done. Off you go. And that's all fine. Let's have the captain head back down. Get his helmet off.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kanoi?
Ja? Langsame Fahrt voraus.
Searchlight. Turn that off.
Ja.
All right. Captain. Ditch the helmet. Man, you don't need it. First mate. Same thing. This tiny, tight, cramped little Type 2 U-boat. Shimini. Get out of my way, Captain. All right. He'll go play cards. Good. The discipline's starting to get a little low, unfortunately, for our dudes.
Fahrt voraus.
Let's get up here. This comes back down. Turn that off. And we'll be back in business. Whew. Okay. Very well. We need to reset this
Lossetzen.
planned patrol area here. Burp, burp, burp.
Muss auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Just like that. Bring it around. And we'll head off to the west once again. On the hunt. Join us, won't you? Ah, it's a slick looking boat. Ooh, yeah. I'm trying to think of coming up with like some kind of a fun little nickname or something. Like the bull shark. The bull shark boat. What is our schedule? Okay, 23 and then 0300. All right, we got a ways to go. 0300's coming up. So let's go ahead and get it there. Bingo. Mm. Mm. Yeah, I just play vanilla for the most part. I am a simpleton. The less stuff I got to monitor among all my games, I guess, the better. And then the case I always make for vanilla games, again, older millennial gamer, right? I used to go to the store. I used to want a game. It was here. It's coming. You buy it in a box. You take it home. You take it out of the box, and there is your game. Like, that is what I'm used to. And I honestly don't necessarily, I guess, I don't know. Maybe I'm just an old man, right? I just don't want to take it beyond that. I play the boxed product, and I play mods. I play mods in Scourge of War, and I'm sure that there are mods you can stack into this game that make it pretty fun. I haven't checked out the workshop to see what there is to subscribe to that I would want to. But maybe I will one of these days. And by the way, I think U-Boat's got plenty of examples of really cool mods where it's just adding a little flavor, adding a little bit of a quality of life thing, adding a little bit of immersion, not necessarily dramatically changing the gameplay. And then soon enough, jumping into the actual TDC detailed hardcore aiming mode and all that. I just don't have a lot of confidence, if I'm being totally honest. For whatever reason, I think I would screw that up almost every time. But then again, my shots get screwed up not using the TDC. So I was thinking about this earlier today, to be honest with you, coming into tonight's stream. I was thinking to myself about why don't I just challenge myself and just start using the TDC and doing it all? And maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe in the next attack run that we have a chance to do, maybe I'll do that. Mm. Yeah, right. Hey, well, you're a true millennial then. You're in the sweet spot. Plenty of us millennial gamers, man. And so you are young enough to where, for you, mods weren't such kind of like. I think in my day, mods were still something that were very unsophisticated. You would buy the boxed product, you would come home, people would have mods available, or you would download it from Steam and people would have mods available, but you would have to download the mod from some external or third-party site, have the files properly inserted into the right game file, then have them properly stacked inside, within the game, and there would be a bunch of back-end work that you would have to do. And so I kind of got annoyed away from doing mods. Now, the ones that I play with Scourge of War, and I think the ones that you would do with U-Boat 2, and with a lot of games that are available on Steam, is that you would do more of the just go to the workshop and click the checkbox and subscribe to the mod, and boom, it's in your game. That I'm fine with, and I do that with Scourge of War. Yeah, I don't know what I do. Another man who earns and pays for the pleasure. Member jumps in. Thanks for being here, dude. I mean, yeah, it's you're living out your own little power fantasy when you're playing, and so you're doing the best. I try to immerse and try to be authentic with my gameplay style, but I have to just be based on skill issue, really. That's what I always boil it down to. I preach that everything is a skill issue. It's not about the game being bad. It's just about you not being able to do this or that. And I kind of go with that when it comes to the use of the TDC. So let's go to 40. Let's take us to boom. Get our man on the hydrophones, and let's see if we can't hear something down here's. Yeah, right. And that's why I say it's like I love to talk about like the topic of mods. It's a fascinating topic. I think it drives a lot of conversation. They're a good thing. I think that came into gaming as being those like I say, those additions where the game might have just, might have been able to use this little piece. Somebody who's a modder out there has found the way to just kind of like add this little piece to the game, to the vanilla box game, and just kind of make it that much more fun. And I like that, and that's just fine. I got scared away from a lot of that stuff because of what I was talking about before, and I would get back into it because it's easier with Steam Workshop now. At the same time, I guess there's a little bit of laziness at play there. Like I was saying before, I do like well enough playing the vanilla game the way that it is. I think if there's enough like demand from viewers, like I mean a bunch of people, like you need to do this and this mod, and stack them all in there. I might do it then, because then it's kind of a business decision. But until then, I'll probably just stick with vanilla and keep it simple. Here we go. Let's go lows. Let's see what we can hear here. Oh yeah, all respect to Wolfpack. He's a mainstay for me, that's for sure. I'll check him out pretty regularly. I don't think we have anything down here. Sure hope we don't run into a dry spell. That would be tragic. All right, let's go ahead, surface the boat. Keep the reds. Bring the speed back up.
Aktuelle Tiefe 40 Meter.
Yeah, right. So, and that's another reason why I think like in my gut, just like in my guts, there was always that distrust of the whole, okay, I'm downloading something from somewhere on the internet and putting that on my PC, and like that in and of itself was always something that I was not exactly the most comfortable with, for sure. And so again, I think it has everything to do with me being an older millennial who went to the store to buy a CD-ROM out of the box and just play that, and just let that be that. Let them patch the game as they're going to patch the game. And as we moved into the Steam era, keep up with the DLC and download the DLC when they do that. It comes from the company who makes the game. I think there's a level. I've talked at length about that too before. I could talk about this stuff for hours for sure. I love gaming and I love everything kind of the way that it's developed. Some things are for some folks, some aren't for necessarily others. I am also one of those who has seen makers of mods who try to basically upstage the original makers of a game. I feel like I've seen that on enough occasions to where that's kind of like almost given me a principled reason not to use some certain kind of mods. So, that's another one of those old man ones too. Mm. And that was another. So people will always come to me and say, you should get into more Silent Hunter. And that's funny because I was watching a little bit of that earlier today, Silent Hunter 3 video. I think it was Wolfpack, as a matter of fact. And I was talking about that in I've got an earlier vid where I kind of compare Silent Hunter 3 to U-Boat, but not really because I never really played Silent Hunter 3. It was a funny production. But what I say about that one is that I wasn't, when Silent Hunter 3 was big, I wasn't into subsims at the time. My dad was. He played Silent Hunter 3 for probably over 3,000 hours, I would say. The one thing that he said that kind of was a knock on Silent Hunter 3 was that it became extremely routine and repetitive and a little bit humdrum in the gameplay, and there wasn't much variety in the missions, and that got a little bit dull. And I saw a little bit of that myself, and so it just, reinforced how little interested I was in the sub-sim genre. So, right, Silent Hunter 3 comes around, I'm really just not interested in sub-sims. Well, fast forward a while, U-Boat comes out, and then, I see this, and the graphics, right, and the way that you can just come out here on the surface or even submerged and just watch a pretty boat while it's slicing through the water like this. Couldn't really do that with a nice UI to boot. I like the crew controls that they do, and there's a little game that you play even with just managing the crews and their tasking and everything like that. So I got interested in subsims again when U-Boat came out. I've got about 1,800 hours or so on U-Boat, and every time I look back at Silent Hunter 3, it's the idea of like the quality of the visuals. The realism of the gameplay, all of that kind of notwithstanding, and I understand it's probably better. Everybody says so, but in terms of just the visuals and I think the approachable graphics that you have, both with the this map interface as well as the actual, exterior graphics, I think that has just made it so it's almost like, well, Silent Hunter 3 had its time, and U-Boats had its time for me. And it would take a lot for me to go back, like I said, like an upswell of demand among viewers in the channel, members especially, who want to see a Silent Hunter 3 run. I'd have to buy the game and get into it. But that's what it would take probably for me to get into it. Mm.
Wir wurden von einem nahegelegenen U-Boot über ein mögliches Ziel in diesem Gebiet informiert.
And right, yeah, exactly. Like the ability to do this, that's just cool. Like you don't get to do that in Silent Hunter 3. And Silent Hunter 3 it's like it's tougher, it's more realistic. Here we go. What do we got? Single steamer to square BE291, speed 14, course 82, 2 duds, 1 miss. Couldn't continue our attack. That's from U29. Yeah, right. It's not its fault. It's just when it came out. That's the graphics of the time, and it was good then. By the way, it was impressive then. I remember that part. I remember looking at it while my dad was playing the game, and that was the one thing where I was like, ooh, maybe I could get into this. But it's just changed now, and things have changed, and graphics have come a long way. So square BE291, speed 14, course 82. So BE291. Let's stay on the radio right here. 82. Headed this way. It's outside of our patrol grid, but we could go get this guy, I think. I don't know. I think we, yeah, I think we go try. Let's go try. Probably got to go more this way.
Durchsetzen.
Let's
Große
speed
Fahrt
it up.
voraus.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloin.
And let's give us
könnte
some
etwas
help
Hilfe
here.
gebrauchen.
Good.
Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
Normal's good. All this good. Let's go dive planes electric for the time being. Let's bring it around. Try to chase this thing down. Head into middle of the next day and into the following night, I do believe here.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Let's get some sleep for our man here.
Ein paar Stunden Pause.
All right, Captain needs to take a little break.
Endlich ein paar Stunden Pause. Melden Sie sich zur Wache.
See if we can see it.
Ich benötige hier etwas Unterstützung.
Mm.
Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
He'd be off to port. Let's see what we got. Yeah, too far away, pretty sure. Okay. Let's keep rolling into nighttime. Now, let's take her down.
Tauchen auf 40
Let's
Meter.
go blue and silent. Let's slow it way down. Let's pause the game real quick and we'll run a little B-roll of us going down on this one because I think we'll hear the enemy ship. We'll see.
Große Fahrt voraus.
Very well indeed.
Eine Fahrt voraus. Durchraum besetzen.
40 Meter.
Okay. Okay, I hear one at 5-2. Not sure if that's our guy. We'll see. Yes, one dead ahead. That's her. It's got to be. Contact. Let's go. Merchant. 1942. Let's try to get a course on her. More precise. Let's get rid of this for now.
Schraubengeräusch. Peilung 50 Grad.
Let's go ahead. Let's say this might be her course indeed, which would be about 80 or 82, right? So it looks like she'll keep going that way. She'll certainly be going faster than us. Then let's look at the distance right here. 61. Okay. Let's bring the time forward a bit.
Schraubengeräusch.
Ooh.
Peilung 305 Grad.
Hey, excellent. Okay, we've got another one here. We got another one to here, moving away, and it looks like it's just this one's near us, not moving away or anything. So everything may be moving east right here. We may have 3 different targets to hit. What? Let's do this. How far to here? So 112. Presume they're going 14 kilometers an hour that entire time. What's 112 divided by 14? So that's about 8 hours. For them, 152. What would 8 hours at, say, 28 times 26 equals 208. So we could go 208 right like that and intersect right in here. After we surface, get another man on the engines,
Herr Kaloi.
jump off of there,
Aktuell
and let's
45 Meter.
get moving. All ahead, super fast. That should be a nice intercept course for us, I think.
25 Meter.
Off we go.
Herr Kaloi, wir sind aufgetaucht.
Bingo. Let's switch out.
Endlich ein paar Stunden.
Diese besetzen.
Perfect. Okay, and this is the one where we can't bring time compression up too high or it's going to slow us down, which is bizarre. I think I don't know what I'm doing. Cheers. Thank you for being here tonight. I hope you rest well, man. Happy hunting. We're going to have to take this a little slower than we might like, guys. But what are some other... So I got into another sub-sim. Oh, look at this. Water's calming down a bit for us here, too. Sweet. Called Cold Waters, the more modern sub-sim. And my God, in the Missile Age stuff, I suck. Just terrible. This whole, you know, just do a little bit of geometry, line up out in front, do a 90-degree, and shoot perpendicular. I can do that. But that modern missile age stuff where the torpedo is basically just a weapons platform that's dangerous all by itself that can go anywhere and come and get you anywhere and anyhow, where you got to do all kinds of things back and forth, form knuckle and, you know, drop noisemakers, you know, it's basically a game of hide and seek in that modern, you know, more so even than World War II. Wow, our discipline is low. Let's have our engineer playing a little bit. Or actually, I tell you what, let's have him rest. Put the radio man on it. Yeah, no doubt. It's like if you sniff too loud, an entire fleet can detect you, and then the next thing you know, you've got, you know, long-range hedgehog depth charge attacks coming your way, plus 4 or 5 torpedoes in the water, and you're running for your life. And then there was a couple of times where I didn't fire the torpedo out of the boat right and clipped the wire, and it just came back around and hit me. Yes, I will admit, I did that. I definitely did that. Yeah, I agree, yeah. I think that the most sporting, I think, is a good way to put that. Yeah, we're gonna have to wait a while. Sorry, guys. Probably catch a little smoke on the horizon.
Bestätige.
Might be able to. Yeah, right. It's like you got helicopters going to come drop torpedoes on you. There's ships that launch torpedoes at you, and they're all swimming your way, and you're dead to rights if you fart too loud. It's like, I guess as far as the modern age stuff, like you're talking about, like this is a little more sporting, and that is kind of like I don't quite understand the allure. I guess if you were, I think you got a lot of Navy guys who were submariners in the U.S. Navy who were into it. I think is what you end up having. Like I'd name drop. I don't know him, but Jive Turkey. He's a good streamer. And he's good at that Cold Waters game. He knows a ton about modern sub stuff, I do not. My knowledge is limited. All right, we're going to have to, while we approach this ship, I think we're going to have to take a little breaky poo. Get a refill on the drink. I think I might have to switch over to coffee. We got caffeine running through our veins tonight, boys. We need it. I might do both. Coffee and and a beer. We'll hope that we can get into range sooner rather than later. I would ask everybody, please be patient, sit tight, enjoy the view. As we get back to it. I'll be right back, gentlemen. We'll be grabbing a drink, taking a quick breaky poo, hitting the baño, and we'll be back to it shortly. Hang tight. You always know he's back when you notice the super not so smooth camera work. Okay. Been at it about 2 hours now, shadowing this thing, tracking her down. I think we've planned a good intercept.
Navigation besetzen.
Yeah, okay.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich darum.
And there I was, finishing up in the baño. Go figure, the doorknob almost comes off, and I am almost trapped in the baño. I swear, the fates, they want to sabotage the stream. I'm kidding. Anything else out there? I don't see anything. Just always keep a keen eye on the horizon. Our little tiger shark boat. Wouldn't want to get it in a jam. See something. Maybe we can actually catch something on the horizon. There's a silhouette and a smokestack. There she is, everybody. There she is indeed. We knew it. We knew we had her. All right. Don't know what we got yet. Yeah. No doubt. Would have been funny for you. Well, actually, it wouldn't have been very funny for you. You wouldn't have had any entertainment the rest of the night. I would have had to fix my door, which, I mean, I can't sit here and say I'm much of a handyman, but problem is I might have been stuck in my bathroom without any tools to fix the door. I honestly, my heart rate went up just a tad. I'm not gonna lie. I would have had to explain myself in a post after the fact, or not, or I would have just gone without, you know, and then I would have told you in the next stream for all those who actually watch the streams. You would be the ones who know, but only you. Are we chasing this thing? Let's go ahead. No, I like that. Start working on that. That's good. Let's bring him up on the watch. Let's get somebody else out there. We'll go ahead. We'll hit the alarm. As we make our approach, we're going to try to overtake and get out in front for an ambush. Also, having alarm enabled, I think that makes it so that you can employ more crew. I think I might have just learned that. I'm not sure if that's the case. But when you have alarm enabled, I think it also kind of reprioritizes crew tasks based on, you know, the game's structural priorities or what have you. No, I think we're passing her by here. Got a little rain. Little rain. The hunt is on. Indeed, let's go. You just got to keep them going here. Gotta hope this isn't a neutral ship. That would be a real disappointment at this point. I don't mind. Sometimes, by the way, those neutral encounters can get pretty interesting, really. Still can't quite make her out over the horizon. Let's jump on the radio real quick. Okay, here we are. That looks like an Empire. Tough to tell. I think it might be an Empire Explorer, though. Boy, she looks like she's closer than she is, that's for sure. What's she at? 290. So about over here, and we'll say it looks to me like she's, you know, yeah, 8, maybe 9 kilometers, you know, 7, 8, maybe. Maybe call it 9 or so. Ah, there we go. She's a British ship for sure. Okay, good deal. Let's see if we can't get a distance on her. Let's call it a... I think it's an Empire Explorer again. And let's check distance. Call it right about there. 12.8. I don't think that's quite right. About there. 12.8. Okay. If that were true, let's go ahead and send that in. Yeah, that would put her way out there. 12.8 is about right. 12 kilometers. Okay. We got ourselves a chase, boys. We're going to go ahead, outpace her. It's nighttime. She's not going to be able to see us. I don't think we're billowing any dark smoke. No. We're in business, boys. Get out ahead of her. Do what we do. Might even make this one on the surface.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
Kreiselkompass einschalten.
Gosh darn. Navigation.
Torpedorohr 3 gewartet.
We're out just southwest of Ireland right here. I would bet you 10. Yep, there we go. Our buddy has figured a bunch of the rest of the stuff. The angle on bow and velocity, 14. Right? I think we might be able to hit this thing on the surface. I mean, it's nighttime right now, right? We're looking at 4,600 gross registered tons right here. We would fulfill our mission objective, sinking this. I think that in darkness like this, I do think that you can get as close with a Type 2. As long as you're sneaky, I think you can get within like 1,500 meters without them sniffing you. And by the time they notice you're there, it's probably too late. I haven't actually successfully done a torpedo attack from the surface with the Type 2 yet, so it'd be kind of cool to do that. So let's go ahead. Let's mark up kind of a better heading right here, right? And let's say she's going 14 an hour, right? Boom. So it'll take her an hour to get there. I'd say we go here. Takes us 20 minutes to get there. Take us another 10 or 12 to get there.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
And we'll just set up and be ready to hit her as she goes by. Probably won't get quite that close off the rip. We'll probably settle in maybe kind of right about here and then motor forward when we actually take the shot. Here we go. I think we'll keep the engines running. Maybe not quite so hot. We need a sinking too. That'll send discipline sky high. So this will be very useful.
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet. Torpedorohr 2 gewartet. Torpedorohr 3 gewartet. Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Verstanden, Herr Kommandant.
All right. Trying to get this thing set up.
Halbe Fahrt voraus. Langsame Fahrt voraus.
All right.
Maschinenstopp.
That'll do. Here we go. All right. Let's triple check on the range here. Bingo. Set. The other thing I was going to do just in case was to prefer electric motors. We're at 6.8. Nice. Well, so, I mean, right. That brings me back to talk about the way that I would play this game a lot of the time in my younger years, or, you know, within the last 5 years or so. Had a lot of time on my hands. Single guy. Full-time job, but I didn't care too much to spend a whole lot of other time spending a bunch of money on socialization and all kinds of time to play me some U-boat. And I would go, I would end up doing not a lot of time compression. I would do quite a bit to move from here to there, but I think I remember I restricted myself to 140. I never would go here or here because I didn't trust it. All right, here we go.
Langsame Fahrt voraus.
Time compression has just got me in trouble so many damn times. All right, I'll stop
Alle
here.
Maschinen stopp.
And there's another target. That's another one of those I think that we heard. Look at that. We're getting lucky tonight, it looks like. Fantastic. And yeah, here you see the TDC. We cannot, it looks like, get on that. So we need to get our first officer on the TDC. Let's start maintaining torpedoes again. Yeah, right. That's that whole like getting. Yeah, that happened to me too many times. You know how that? You know when that happened to me was more often than when I would do realistic travel is when I did the dynamic travel option, and you would just be. And by the way, I really like want for the dynamic travel playthrough to happen at some point. I just don't trust it for the same reason. You are out in the open ocean and you click into that dynamic travel mode where it's like time and space are moving by much more quickly than it looks like in front of you. It looks like a realistic boat moving through water in real time, but you're actually whisking through the ocean. And I really liked that for the fact that you could go a long distance, you could talk a little bit in stream and be from A to B and into the next encounter pretty quick in kind of a natural pacing, you might say, and not quite so humdrum and dull trying to go through time and time compress and time compress. But what dynamic travel would do is get you in the same problem. It would like zoom out of warp speed in the middle of a convoy. Same kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, twofer. Oop, we gotta straighten the boat out.
Kleine Fahrt zurück. Alle Maschinen stopp.
Okay. He's still maintaining because we got the alarm enabled. That's pretty key, I think. That's what has us in the right state. Empire Explorer. I think we had that right. Come on by. Let's go ahead and nudge forward a bit. Updated range. Right here. Yep, 2.4 sounds about right. We're going to have to update the speed. Oh, that's right. We got to Stop
Alle
again.
Maschinen stopp.
See what we get here. Yep. Looks like to be about 14. Ooh, 11? Really? We're going to triple chicken on that. Triple chicken. You mean the distance? Yeah, you do the one that is the highest. 12. Interesting. Okay, looks like he's changing his speed a little bit. So you base it off the one that's the highest, so that's the middle one. You put it right about there. Let's edge forward a bit. We're going to have to go amidships with this shot. Try to straighten the nose out. We are right out here. Deep water for a Type 2. The Empire Mercy, it says. Mercy me. All stop. Quadruple chicken. No way she sees us. I don't think so anyway. $13. Okay.
Ja, Herr
Let's
Kalon.
maintain tube
Ich
1.
kümmere mich darum.
That's the one we're going to fire. As we wait for her to come across just a little further. Hopefully our bow doesn't get twisted around to starboard too far. It kind of is.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Let's go ahead and straighten the boat out. Distance check. That's about right.
Alle Maschinen stopp.
Okay, just trying to pull the nose around a little bit.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
I think I've got 3 sinkings. It's been real hit and miss. pun intended.
Rohr 1 gewartet.
I'm working with a Type 2, a boat that I've never done before. I think maybe 3 or 4 sinkings. Actually, no, I think it may be as many as 5
Alle
in the
Maschinen
campaign
stoppen.
thus far. All right, final check of speed. Final check of speed and range. We're tracking the angle on bow pretty well, it seems. Just going to be waiting for it to cross our bow. I believe tube 1 was just maintained.
Verstanden. Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
Let's maintain tube 2. All right, so 12 is fine. Maybe set it a little bit astern. One last check on the range. 1.4 is good. Let's set this,
Aktualisieren.
all of it.
Gegnerfahrt 6 Knoten.
Take the shot.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Winkel 5, 9, Bug rechts. Entfernung 1, 4, 2, 1 Meter.
Midships is good. A Type 1, regular pistol.
Rohr 1
Go ahead, load it. 6 meters is good. Tube 1 will be flooded.
Rohr 1 bewässert.
Ready to go. Want to try to go with 1 shot, 1 kill.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
We're going to wait on her a little bit. Just got to wait on her. Yeah, you like for her to get 90 degrees, close to 90 degrees as possible. Get her, you know, I get her between like 75 and 80, and I'll take the shot. And with it being as close as it is, gives you a much better shot at a hit. Ready? Los.
Los!
Ah, shit. Here we go. One away. Hot, straight, and normal. Yeah, we had the bow flipped around a little bit.
Der Torpedo ist auf halbem Weg.
Missed.
20 Sekunden. 10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. Fehlschuss.
She didn't see it. We can hope anyway. She's passing us. Okay, 13 is good.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Geschwindigkeit 7 Knoten. Aktualisieren. Gegnerlage 9, 7, Bug rechts. Entfernung zum Ziel 1, 0, 7, 8 Meter.
Here we go. Tube 2.
Tor 2 bewässert.
Flood it 6 meters. Let's go out in the front just a tidbit. Here we go. Next shot.
Tor 2 bewässert.
Los.
Los!
Rohr 1 geladen.
Got one more away. Hopefully running hot straight and normal.
Sekunden bis Torpedo-Einschlag. 10 Sekunden bis Einschlag. Fehlschuss.
Nah.
Torpedo-Versager.
Ugh. Okay.
Kurs auf diese
This is what you got to deal with, man. Sometimes. Man, oh man. So this is a lucky merchant. You remember the radio message we got from our buddy originally about the attack he had on this merchant? I think he said 2 misses and a dud. So, yeah. Looks like we're reloading torpedo tube 2. That's some shit luck. He still doesn't see us. I don't think he even knows we're here. Don't even think he knows that he's in danger.
Kurs setzen.
That is funny.
Große Fahrt
All right,
voraus.
speed up. He'll make a little distance.
Rohr 2 geladen. Torpedorohr 1 gewartet. Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
All right, we need to reload. Did we get them all? Okay, good. So we've got 3 tubes or 3 torpedoes left here, right here. Be a shame to let this one go. So I don't plan on it.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Yeah. Goodness gracious. No, I think that was 1 dud and 1 miss for me. So we're going 15. We're outpacing this thing with our electric engines, which is good. Stay quiet. And it's still fairly early in terms of the night.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Torpedorohr 3 gewartet.
Battery won't run down too low here. We'll have to try it again. We'll have to get closer, I guess. I don't know, man. I do not know. Just not good enough. This is what I'm talking about, guys. It's been hit or miss. And we've had 2 or 3 duds, I want to say. I want to say that impact angle was bad. I think somebody mentioned that in the chat.
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet. Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
Melden
Yeah, let's
Sie sich
get
zur
back
Wache.
on it. Yeah, right. Luckiest merchant ever. All right, so now we're going to just start closing distance here.
Kurs setzen.
You can see she's drifted a bit to there. Let's do
Kurs
it like
auf
that.
diese Koordinaten setzen.
Maybe a little shallower. Maybe even a little
Kurs auf
shallower.
diese Koordinaten setzen.
Torpedorohr 3 gewartet.
All right. Oh my gosh, and my guys are super tired too. Let's do something about this. I'll tell you what, no. I think we just gotta grin and bear with it. Alright, let's turn toward.
Kurs setzen. Langsame Fahrt voraus.
Boom. Okay, everything is basically the same. Range has changed. And we're gonna have to try. Third time's the charm. Let's see if we can get her now. We'll be within a kilometer, I think. Thinking we go ahead and hit periscope depth on this one.
Rohrtiefe.
auf Seerohrtiefe. Bootführer und Umblick eingesteuert.
Dangerous, baby. I'll
Alle
stop.
Maschinen stopp.
Let's have you
Alles klar, ich werde mich
helping us
darum kümmern.
there. You don't need to be there anymore. Maintain. Let's get to depth 5.
Tauchen auf 5 Meter.
5 Meter.
Okay. All right.
Aktuelle Tiefe 10 Meter.
Shot's not going to get a whole lot better than this, and if we miss again, that's going to be rough. Oh, jeez. Submerging to get closer right here. So I'd say he's still going 13. At 5-4, distance is probably a little closer. Yeah. Could we go up to 5, please? Thank you. Maybe? Maybe not? I think this is more like 1100. Bingo. Okay, we've got that in. Let's plug this in.
Unterlagen aktualisieren. Gegnerlage 6, 1, rechts.
Plug this in.
1, 1, 0, 0 Meter.
Here we go. Tube 3. Flood it.
Bewässern.
And she's at
Bewässert.
7-0. Here we go. Trying to get it now. Los. Oh.
Abschlussunterlagen aktualisieren.
Okay, again, we got an issue.
7, 3, rechts.
With the gyro angle somehow not being on. So we got to unflood. Okay, we got to
Aktualisieren.
plug this in again.
Gegnerlage 7, 8, Bug rechts.
Okay, flood it.
Bewässern.
Rohr 3, bewässern.
Ready? Los.
Los.
One more. Hot, straight, and true. We hope. Tube 3 on the way.
Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. 30 Sekunden.
This one's looking a little better.
Sekunden. Sekunden bis Einschlag.
Hey, woof, that's a big hit too. Wow. Nice. Okay, we tagged her. Fantastic. And I do believe she will be going down. We've got 2 more torpedoes left. I think we've got another target on the way. Just don't want to believe. Hopefully this is enough to put this bad boy down. Fire spreading. Yeah, this merchant ship is in a bad way. There's no doubt about it. I think we'll have a sinking here. I don't think we're going to have to worry too much about it. Probably on to the next. U-137, mission success. Let's surface the boat.
Langsame Fahrt
Let's get moving, preferring diesels once more. Ah, that's a pretty sight. All right. Nice.
Herr Kaloi, wir sind aufgetaucht.
I think she's finished. Yep. Now, that other target. Nowhere to be seen right now. I think we might have jumped way. Oh, never mind. There she is. Bingo. Right there. As I'm still on the scope. That's funny. Get out to the binoculars.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Let's head that way.
Schneller.
Where was it? Shoot. I didn't lose it. Little plume of smoke.
Die Besatzung evakuiert das Schiff.
Yeah, yeah. I know. There we are. Next target. Come to port. Please, thank you. All right. I think we'll put her on her starboard bow. For starters, anyway.
Ruder mit Schiff.
Well, that transport wasn't so lucky now, was she? Hey, I think the good luck charm on that one was me not being on the camera. How about that?
Eine weitere erfolgreiche Unternehmung.
Hey, all right.
Gute Arbeit.
Fantastic. Another successful patrol, they say. Well, we're not done yet. No, sir. We got to see what this is.
Rudergänger 20 Grad.
Send those.
Ruder mit Schiffs. Eine Pause wäre jetzt angebracht.
I want to go straight
Kurs
this
auf
way.
diese Koordinaten setzen.
Funktelegramm gesendet.
All right. Let's head toward it. He's heading toward me, pretty sure. That looks like an Empire Tower initially.
Handelsschiff. Direkt voraus.
Ah, Norwegian. Well, we can sink it. We're at war with Norway. I think. Yeah. Yeah, it's red. Yeah, we'll be able to sink this Norwegian right here. Fantastic. Okay, it is coffee time. The captain needs it bad. Oof, 2 shots. First officer friend. Same for him. Boom.
Melden Sie sich zur Wache.
Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Verstanden, Herr Kommandant.
Alarm beenden.
Oof. Ah. It is.
Ruder mit Schiffs.
Get it to 0. Get it to 0. Get it together, bro. Okay, so we got another transport coming right through here. So it looks like we'll be able to set ourselves up
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
in an ambush. Say right about there.
Kurs auf
Let's
diese
go
Koordinaten setzen.
here, rather here than here, right to it. And we'll set up for another surface torpedo shot. Let's see if we can make it work this time. God dang it.
Eine Pause wäre jetzt
Ah,
angebracht.
shoot. Speed will come down anyway for electric. Got to get the engineer some coffee too. Yeah, good thing we're coming up to the end of patrol. Double shot, please, as you say. Fantastic. Get back to the electric engines.
Folgen Sie mir.
Yep, take
Jawohl, Herr
you.
Kaloin.
Ah, okay. Felix is already on it. Got it.
Wie lauten Ihre Befehle, Herr Kaloin?
Okay. Here we go. Once again, gentlemen. Let's go.
Torpedorohr 1 gewartet.
All
Alle
stop.
Maschinen stopp.
Captain's still a little bleary-eyed. All right, what is that? I think that's an Empire Tower. Yep. 16 kilometers an hour? Really? Our first officer's already got it figured. See, I'm just fine with it being like that, by the way. So let's get to maintaining again.
Alarm!
Alarm,
Auf
please.
Gefechtsstationen.
Dafür haben wir trainiert. Wir werden das gemeinsam durchstehen.
Need some help for our torpedo maintenance efforts. Would seem, even with alarm enabled, we're not going to get it. So,
Ich
what
könnte
the heck?
etwas Hilfe
Okay, got it.
gebrauchen.
Verstanden.
Fantastic.
Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloin.
How you like playing with that Type 9 anyway? I mean, it's like its tactics and everything remain pretty much the same. You got a whole lot more, fair bit more torpedoes, and you can go a whole lot further. And it's a lot more spacious and comfy.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
All right. He's down on the TDC.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Ahead slow. All
Alle
stop.
Maschinen stopp.
All right, we'll go ahead and let her cross in front of the bow here. Again, bow kind of getting pulled over to the right. The old Empire Tower, 2,000 meters, good. She is down 8.5, okay, good. Let's go ahead and get one more distance check on this thing. Right here. Let's maintain tube 1. Got him on the TDC, right? Yep. Yeah, I never quite knew from players whether or not that 2 stern torpedo load was really worth it. You know, the 2 stern tubes. She's going pretty quick. Perfect timing, buddy. 14, fine, good. Lock it in.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Gegnerfahrt 8 Knoten.
Lock it in.
Aktualisieren. Gegnerlage 8, 6, Bug rechts. Aktualisieren.
1310.
Entfernung zum Ziel.
It's probably not quite right.
3, 1, 1 Meter.
Tube 1.
Bewässern.
6.5 depth. Tube flooded, ready to fire. Right through the bow. Go. Los.
Los.
Nighttime Hunter lets loose one more. Here we go. Torpedo out of tube 2. Straight. Hot. Narrow. Normal. We might have another bad impact angle, but I think we'll be okay. Huh. Okay. One more torpedo left for this guy.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen. Halbe Fahrt voraus.
Okay.
Auf Dieselmotoren wechseln.
You know, yeah, that's a good point. You'd think they might have seen the other ship get attacked. The smoke column, the smoke plume. I guess not. Jeez, this is a little frustrating. 2 duds in one night. That's not a skill issue. That's a skill issue for somebody back at the factory. Damn it.
Große Fahrt voraus.
And sun's coming up too. Let's go ahead and submerge. Electric dive planes is good. Gyro compass on, yep. And let's get on the navigationals with our first mate. Down we go. Yeah. I guess so. Although I think those magnetic pistols can get you in a little bit of trouble exploding halfway. It's a little bit risky. But you're not wrong. I mean, shoot, they are maintained and everything. That firing, you know, it was a Type 1 firing pin basic kind of thing. I think she hit at an angle that was not too terrible. Again, working with a Type 2. Let's take the alarm off. Somehow, nobody can take command of the engines. That's strange. Wow, what is that about? Huh. The fates seem to be against us here on this one. By God.
Kurs setzen.
Natürlich, Herr Kaloi.
Yeah, what is going on here, guys? We're down to 2% navigationals. That's probably an issue. We may have to let this one go. My God. I don't want to do that. But there's stuff in the game right now that's just not working. This is very strange. Very, very strange.
Folgen Sie mir.
Wird erledigt, Herr Kaloi.
Hoffman, Mobauer, take command to you. Okay, Alwyn Keller,
Jawohl, ich kümmere mich.
take command to you.
Folgen Sie
Manage
mir.
engines. No, David Peters. Okay, take command to you. Manage engines. There we go.
Folgen Sie mir.
Bingo. Now we'll be in business.
Kraft voraus.
Just had to steal the spot. No, we're not going to be able to outpace her underwater. Let's just let her get some distance from us, I suppose.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
We'll get rid of our search grid. We're not going to need it. By God. Okie doke. Let's surface again.
Blasen.
Switch back to diesel.
10 Meter.
Keep the speed.
Auf die Motoren wechseln.
Herr Kaloi, wir sind aufgetaucht.
One torpedo left. Radio transmission interrupted. Now we need to get more coffee for our radio man.
Warte Ihre Befehle.
Oh, we can radio BDU from out here asking for a new assignment, it looks like. That's interesting. I didn't actually know you could do that. Here we go, passing back over the other wreckage.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Jawohl, Herr Kaloi.
Exactly. That's a trigger factory problem. These guys here are like trying to wave this ship down. Ah, they're right here. right, we got one last shot at this thing. One more torpedo, and I'm gonna have to jump off stream. I got 2 dogs that are waiting for me to come hang with them. Shouldn't have been playing quite this long to begin with. Oh well. Quite all right. All right, let's start working our way a little closer.
Natürlich, Herr Kaloi.
Just like this.
Bestätige.
Yeah. Oh, our discipline did go up because of that last sinking. That's good.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Bestätige.
Langsame Fahrt voraus.
All right, here we go. Let's chart its course again right here. Let's go, say, about 1 kilometer away, right? So we'll go there,
Kurs setzen.
and then
Natürlich,
here,
Herr Kaloi.
boomski.
Halbe Fahrt
Try to get
voraus.
out ahead of her. All right, you're mine. One way or another, by God. Oh, yeah. I'll never forget the time I was playing this game, and I think I got up and it was like 5 hours later. There was a convoy attack. Okay, we're going to submerge this time.
Auf Seerohrtiefe.
It's getting pretty light out. B-roll one more time.
Herr Kaloi, wir sind auf Seerohrtiefe. Bootführer und Umblick eingesteuert.
Auf E-Motoren wechseln.
Very good. Everybody's freaking tired.
Luftzielseerohr besetzen. Ich könnte etwas Hilfe gebrauchen.
Natürlich, Herr Kaloi.
Mm. Here we go. Here's this engine issue again.
Ermitteln Sie eine Schusslösung. Ermitteln Sie eine Schusslösung. Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Betrachten Sie es als erledigt, Herr Kaloi.
Kleine Fahrt voraus.
Okay, all stop. Improved
10
depth
Meter.
keeping priest. Here we go. And we can't go maintain a torpedo unless I think we do it manually. Here we go. Tube, nope.
Aktuelle Tiefe 10 Meter.
Cannot be used underwater. Okay, so sounds like we need to run the pumps a little bit. Oh, yeah. Wow. That was the issue, pretty sure. So we've got tube 2 has got a torpedo in it. Let's maintain that.
Bestätige.
Good. That works. Distance check one more time. 1049. Good deal. Must have been too dark for her to see that last one. I don't think they're both chief engineers. No, I think one's a mechanic. I don't remember. I'll have to check that. $15. Let's help our guy, can we? Yeah.
Torpedorohr 2 gewartet.
Torpedo tube 2 maintained. Very good. We're just going to do a triple chicken on the speed and the distance real quick. We're going to plug them in and go. $15. Fine.
Schussunterlagen
Plug it in.
aktualisieren.
Get on the TDC.
8 Knoten.
Plug this in.
Schussunterlagen
Go.
aktualisieren. Winkel 7, 8, Bug rechts.
Last check. Set distance 875.
Schussunterlagen
Go.
aktualisieren. Entfernung zum Ziel 8, 7, 6 Meter.
Flooding tube 2. T1.
Bewässern.
I want it going fast.
Schussunterlagen aktualisieren. Geschwindigkeit 8
Rohr
Knoten.
2 bewässert.
Los.
Los!
Speed kills, baby. Speed kills. This one's coming out hot and angry. One away.
60 Sekunden bis Torpedoeinschlag. Sekunden. 20 Sekunden.
There it is. Oh my god. Oh my god, really? That's so funny, man. I think we were meant not to sink this ship or something. Oh my god! That is hilarious. Oh my god. No way. Okay. I think it's time for us to mission complete and get the hell out of here is what I think it is. And head on back home to port. Oh, 3 duds in one stream, gentlemen. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? Boy, I sure can't. Golly.
Kurs auf diese Koordinaten setzen.
Man, I can't wait to tell my pops about that one. Wow. Wow. Yeah, you can't make this shit up, man. Oh, I cannot get a win here. I mean, that was as close to 90 as it's going to get, is what I would say.
Herr Kanoi, wir sind aufgetaucht.
That was coming right on, man. Angle on that was not bad. All right. Let's head on home. 4 days later, we managed to make it back safely, I believe. Come away with 1 sinking on this patrol. Fantastic. September 5th into September now, 1940, Port of La Rochelle with our Type 2 Tiger Shark sub. 1 out of 5. Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it. Okay, well, we get our Happy Time campaign goal. Fantastic. Exceptionally successful. I don't know about that one. Thank you, thank you, thank you. On our way to 80,000, the Happy Time number 2. Plus 200 budget. Got a nice sinking there. Fantastic. Good, 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 good. Okay. Cruise experience is up. Fantastic, fantastic indeed. I think that'll probably do it for tonight. Hate to end it on a low note like that. We'll take care of some port stuff when we jump back in the stream the next time. And U-137's campaign shall continue. Guys, thank you once again for taking the time. I, of course, once I'm on the camera, I am Bank60s, your humble and gracious player host. Humble and gracious as ever, as always. You are the best for taking the time tonight. Gentlemen, don't forget to click that thumbs up button for me. Subscribe to the channel. It's Alternate History Gaming. And we will see you coming up Tuesday night with a little more Grand Tactician Confederate campaign. Everybody's waiting for that one. We'll deliver Tuesday night. See you then, guys. Peace.